out there, everybody. I know we're a little late tonight. There's somebody jamming us up. You know, they're trying to shut me up, people. We'll be fighting in the streets with our children at our feet, and the morals that they worship will be gone. And the men who spurned us on sit in judgment of all wrong. They decide and the shotgun sings a song. I tip my hat to the new revolution. Take a bow for the new constitution. There's a band and the strings all around. Pick up my here harp and play, just like yesterday. And I get on my knees and pray. Oh, we don't get fooled again. Papers and smile at the sky. I know that the hypnotized never lie. Oh no! And you all is hypnotized. Nothing in the streets looks any different to me, and the slogans are replaced by the vibes, and the party's on the left is now the party on the right, and the beers have all gone longer overnight. Oh yeah, they have. I tip my hat to the new constitution. Make a bow for the new revolution. Smile and grin at the change all around. Pick up my heel, harp and play, just like yesterday. And I get on my knees and pray. Oh yeah, don't get fooled again. Yeah, meet the new boss, same as the old boss, only worse. Yeah, we got through that one. Man, oh man, we're coming to you an hour late tonight because of the nightmare that we had, somebody jamming us up. Somebody obviously decided that they wanted to mess with me, so they were jamming my stuff here on Veterans Day. Can you imagine that? I mean, how low can you go? This is a veteran show today. It's 11/11, you know. This all ones, man. This is a love thing, and that's all we want, man. We just want to share our love and share our appreciation of our troops. You know, my dad, I posted last night a big long thing about my dad, you know. His life was so bad, man. You know, when he was a kid, he has a Scottish father and mother, you know, Scottish parents. He was a shipbuilder in World War I, my grandfather. Boy, he used to beat up my dad all the time until finally at the age of 15, he just forged papers and joined the Marines. Ended up, you know, in the South Pacific from 1942 to 45. And then when they found out he forged his papers, they rolled him out, you know, and they did it real quietly. But by the time he rolled out, he was a master sergeant. He was a top kick, actually. He ran the shop on Okinawa. You know, I know a lot of guys that didn't come back, man. I know a lot of guys that went over during the Nam period. And a lot of them didn't come back. My brother was heading that way when he was killed on a motorcycle, in a motorcycle accident. So I have tortured thoughts all the time about the fact that he just didn't want to go, couldn't face having to go and kill somebody. War is an awful thing, people. And God bless those people who stand out there in front, the ones that Commander Bone Spurs calls losers, right? And look who's in office. Oh man, oh man, oh man. I guess that's what they didn't want to hear today. But in any event, Prince of Pumpkins is said to do some stuff that, makes the stuff that went into creating World War II look like child's play. The things that you're already hearing about, the message he wants to take to subjugate the masses here. This is what happens when you get a billionaire boys club that just runs a show. It's oligarchy. Aristotle talked about it. The corruption of democracy is oligarchy. And you hear, in this case, these are rich men. These are men that have amassed huge fortunes that are interested only in one thing, and that's protecting their own interests. They don't care about you and me. They don't care about any of that stuff that he said he was caring about. Boy, you people are in for the rudest awakening you could ever possibly imagine. We fought World War II to keep that out of our country. To keep the kind of things that he's talking about, the kind of tyranny that he'd really like to create. Tyranny is the corruption of monarchy. And he'd really like to first establish himself as king and then become a tyrant. But in any event, I don't want to be talking about that turd. Wow, this next song, I got a bunch of songs here, right? That was a hope that we don't ever do it again, that we don't get involved in a war. We'll see how far that goes with this guy. When he gets an economic problem, because, man, I'm telling you, he's got us steered that way with tariffs and the hostility that's going to create worldwide. Man, we're liable to be slugging it out in a heartbeat, And the thing about war is, man, it's always profitable for the first couple of years because, the big guys, those billionaires are sucking it up, right? But when they start coming back in body bags wholesale, I buried a lot of buddies of mine, man, guys I played football with. Neil Murphy, Artie Picard, guys I grew up with, Billy Quinn. I mean, there were so many. And then the ones that did come back were so damaged, This PTSD, man, they didn't even know anything about that stuff back then. They were, just barely scraping the surface of what that was. I had a friend of mine, wouldn't talk to me my senior year because I was talking about, stopping the war. And he enlisted in the Seabees, went over and spent 2 years in the DMZ in Vietnam. The first letter I got from this guy, he wrote me when I was at Columbia. After he wouldn't speak to me for a year, he said, "David, you were right. This is hell. I can't tell everybody. Stay away, man. I'll send you money, whatever you got to do. Just keep them away." And you could tell. And, he was never the same when he came back. Paul, I love you, man. I don't know if there's anybody out there even listening to this stuff now. They did their best to jam us up and keep us out. They didn't want to hear what we had to say today. In any event, it's Veterans Day. God bless them. Well, God bless every single one of our troops, every single person that's serving in uniform around the world that's protecting America's interests, that's protecting the American people. And for the most part, they are the American people that are doing that. There ain't no billionaires going over there. Bone Spurs, man, he never went. Elon Musk, oh really? Yeah, it's from what, South Africa? What, did he march against apartheid? I doubt it. Who are these people, man, that he wants to install? He's going to pardon 1,500 insurrectionists who tried to take our country down because he didn't take the White House in 2020. And what he's going to do is he's going to pardon all of them. He's going to make them his elite cadre. They'll be his militia, his own private militia, because he knows that they're ready to go down for him. And, hey, that's how the Gestapo started. It could happen again. Don't think it couldn't happen again. You people are asleep on the wheel, man. God bless those who are standing watch, those who are getting prepared to do what needs to be done to keep this country on course, at least moving forward. And look, man, this is not a perfect nation. This is not a perfect union. Nobody expected a perfect union. Lincoln said it. Benjamin Franklin said it. Thomas Jefferson said it. Please, people, open a book. Find out what it's all about. I mean, we did horrible things. This government's done horrible things to a lot of people. The Native Americans, forgive me, brothers, sisters, what this country did to that population, to that nation, to all of those nations, a confederation of nations. They were here long, 1,000 years before white man showed up. And God, I really pity anybody that sponsored and voted for this man. Boy, are you in for a rude awakening. And I hear reports already, whining and crying. Well, wait till it gets down to the gnashing of teeth, people, because it's coming. Anyway, that's what this next song is about, as a matter of fact. Anyway. Let's see what we got here. See, this one was a tone that was supposed to signal the end of the Vietnam War. Wake people up there. Didn't happen there either. The Eastern world, it is exploding. Violence flaring, bullets loading. You're old enough to kill, not for voting. You don't believe in war, but what's that gun you're toting? Even the Jordan River's got bodies afloat. You tell me over and over and over again, my friend, you don't believe we're on the eve of destruction. Help us, Jesus. Don't you understand what I'm trying to say? Can't you feel the fears that I'm feeling today? The button gets pushed, ain't no running away. There'll be no one to save when the world's in a grave. Now you take a look around you, it's bound to scare you, boy. You tell me over and over and over again, my friend, you don't believe we're on the eve of destruction. Yeah, my blood's so hot, feels like coagulating. I'm sitting here just contemplating. I can't twist the truth, it knows no regulation. Handful of senators don't pass no legislation. And the marches alone can't stop immigration. This is disintegration. Whole crazy world, just too frustrating. And you tell me over and over and over again, my friend, you don't believe we're on the eve of destruction. Think of all the hate there is in Red China, then take a look around to Selma, Alabama. You may leave here for 4 days in space, that's you, Elon, but it'll be the same old place. The pounding of the drums, the pride and disgrace. You can bury your dead, but don't leave a trace. Hold that hate your next door neighbor, don't forget to say grace. And tell me over and over and over again, my friend, you don't believe we're on the eve of destruction. No, you don't believe we're on the eve of destruction. Hey, all you peeps out there. It's David Patrick Wilson here, right here in Manny's Galaxy. Listen, if you like what you're seeing and like what you're hearing there on our channel, please subscribe, And if you'd like to get notifications, just hit those buttons down below, and we'll make sure you know what's going on over here. We love having you coming by. Oh, yeah. I mean, that song did wake a bunch of people up. Boy, that spurred that came out, I think it was 66, and I went to next year I graduated and I went to Columbia University, and man, that's when I first got involved with the anti-war movement. I didn't sending us 12,000 miles away for 50,000 Americans to die at rice paddies for what? For what? What the heck is war supposed to do for anybody? We're involved in a war here. We have to deal with spiritual warfare every day. The devil just wants us dead, all of us dead. And he sends his minions and you dive for it every time. It's all about the flesh, man. Oh man, my burgers are costing too much. Your burgers? How about them babies that are being blown apart in Gaza? How about that, people? How about the Ukrainian people who are fighting for their freedom, fighting for their lives from that pig in Russia? Porky's best friend. Yeah, right. He's a laughingstock, that fool. Anyway, I don't want to get cranked out on this thing. This is a tough day for me, man. When my dad came back from World War II, he was never the same. A kid in the battle, South Seas, We can't keep doing this to our people, to our children. We can't keep doing it. We need to educate them. We need to nurture them. We need to tell them the truth about all of it. About all of it. About what white man did in this culture. What white man did. I'm taking responsibility. I'm one of them. And believe me, I wish I could forget that, but I'm not. I'm not forgetting it. And I'm calling on every other white male in the United States to stand up and grow a backbone and face the truth and apologize for things that you're responsible for that you should never have been doing. Man, oh man. Whew. It's tough. It's tough. And then my brother was another whole thing. But I lost a lot of brothers, man. Guys that I played football with, I played street hockey with, I grew up with. We can't keep sending our kids to body bags. Can't do it. And they will want to. I promise you it will come around again. And what are you going to do? Anyway, got a couple more songs here. I got one that I really enjoy. This one actually is one of my favorites, and it's a little change of pace. It's actually the arrangements by Eve Cassidy, God rest her soul. And one of my students turned me on to the arrangement, so I'm going to try this thing out. See what we got here. The falling leaves drift by my window. Those pretty leaves of red and gold. I see your lips, I feel those summer kisses. but I miss you most of all, my darling. When those autumn leaves start to fall, since you went away, the days grow long, and soon I'll hear old winter song. But I miss you most of all, my darling. When those autumn leaves start to fall, yeah, I miss you most of all, my darling. When those autumn leaves start to fall. Hey there, that's it. That's that one, boy. I love that song. How was it?
Beautiful.
There's my boss over there. Boy, I'll
Hello,
tell you what, she
hello.
kept me from going through the roof. God bless you, honey. You are the best. She is the best. That's the best over there. Oh, and I want to say happy birthday to Leslie King. It's her birthday. You know what? I should have figured out why Wes fell in love with her. She was born on 11/11. I mean, it's Love Day, baby. It's a love thing, you know? Too much. Anyway, God bless you, Leslie. Happy birthday. And, hey, God bless you too, Wes. I know you didn't want to be there, but at least you came back and made a hell of a life for yourself. Boy, oh boy. One of the greatest orthopedic surgeons in the world. And brilliant man. Incredible. The only guy that I know that was a better wrench than my dad. Yeah. I mean, my dad could fix anything, but Wesley, it's another whole level. He invents tools. In any event. All right, what do we got here? What time is it?
7:24.
Whoa, 7:24. I don't know if we're going to maybe be able to make this. You know what? I tell you what, I was going to do an Allman Brothers tune, but I think I'm going to just jump to mine. Hey, listen, people, we need your support too, Be in touch with us. Let us know what you want. Let us know what we're doing. We're thinking about moving our time slot because obviously somebody's got us targeted. I don't know how that's going to work out. Okay? But I tell you what I'm going to do right now.
This is your song.
Well, it wasn't going to be my song. I was going to do another Allman Brothers tune, but, hey, we got to... Whoa! Well, yep, that's what it was going to be. But I don't think we have time to do that, so I'd really like to do mine. One of mine. Because this is what we need to do more than anything else, people. We need to get up and pick ourselves up and start all over again, you know? You know, we've all taken a hit. This past week has been devastating. You know, I don't know who you voted for, but man, I sure didn't vote for the guy they put there. And I'm not so sure if he didn't rig everything himself. He kept crybabying the whole thing. You know, what better way to obscure what it is that you're doing than point at somebody else and say that they're doing it. The only problem with that is 3 fingers are pointing back at you. And I wouldn't trust that son of a gun with anything of mine. I know him personally. I threw him out of my apartment when I was 25. He's a pain in the... Anyway. I don't even like to say that thing's name. Because well, I guess we're doing it. Here we are, people. It's not about cars or bars or girls. It's all about living life in this man's world. It's not about running or money or fame. It's all about living life and playing the game. Walk on and walk on tall. Walk on and stand up whenever you fall. It's not about taking all that you can get. Walk on. It's not about things that haven't happened yet. Walk on. It's not about putting chains around you and me. Walk on. It's all about living love and happy and free. Walk on. When the going gets tough. Walk on and know that's always enough. I say that's always enough. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. Sometimes you're chosen, sometimes you choose. Sometimes it's not the way that it ought to be, but it's all right there for you to see. It's not about witnesses to your good name. It's all about standing up without any shame. It's not about taking time for you and me. It's all about living, loving, happy and free. Walk on and walk on tall. Walk on and stand up whenever you fall. I said, walk on when the going gets tough. Walk on and know that's always enough. I said that's always enough. You just got to walk on. Pick it up and move it along. Gotta walk on. Yeah, that's right. Just walk on. Keep on moving. Hey, Porky, don't get too comfortable. You ain't gonna be there that long. Bye. Hey, all you peeps out there. It's David Patrick Wilson here, right here in Manny's Galaxy. Listen, if you like what you're seeing and like what you're hearing there on our channel, please subscribe, And if you'd like to get notifications, just hit those buttons down below, and we'll make sure you know what's going on over here. We love having you coming by.